Pete, I would ask you to comment first. I'm just messing with you. What did you want to say?
I was thinking, I grew up, I was the biggest fan of Star Wars, and Star Wars was my entire world. And I was a Luke guy. Like, I didn't understand the whole bad boy Han Solo thing. Like, Luke was a good guy who wanted to be part of, like, the good fight from jump. And so I was with that, despite the fact that, like, when we were playing in groups of friends, I never got to be Luke. Like, I rarely got to be Han Solo. Like, so I think I was like R2-D2 or something. And a lot of that was decided based on racial lines. Like, anything that I wanted to play, anytime I wanted to play with friends, it was really easy for them to exclude me. I couldn't even be Michael Knight in a room full of blonde kids. Like, they were just like, very clearly, you're not white, so you don't get to be this character. And I still loved what I loved, and the fandoms, and Luke will always still be my guy. But it wasn't until actually I went to go see The Force Awakens with Rosa, and I'm coming out of the theater, and I was like, man, I like all these characters. I like Rey, she's so relatable. I love Finn, he's like so much fun and so lovable. I was like, but I really love Poe, I don't know what it is. And she was like, really? You don't know what it is? I was like, well, he's older, like he's kind of my age. And she's just like, oh yeah, that's right. And so now I get to be a Luke guy and a Poe guy,
And a Cassian guy.
And a Cassian Andor guy. And I was moved almost to tears at that moment because I was like, this is something I forgot that I had always wanted. And I think when I talk to friends and try to get folks to understand what it is like as a person of color to be a fan of things and to hear this constant backlash of like, when you have this, isn't this token character enough? Or why do you always need this? You know, why can't you like? It's because I already love so many white characters in my fiction. We have shown up time and time again. I was talking to Armand. We have a friend who she is a black woman who loves wrestling and grew up loving wrestling. And if that doesn't show like a love for something that doesn't represent you in the least, what else does? And for me, Star Wars was that representation. And I just want to say to these people, like, we love you. We love your characters. We love these characters who don't represent who we are, and we just want that love back. And that seems to a lot of people to be the most difficult thing to ask for, is for them to love a Latinx character, an Asian character, a black character, a hero, and let them be a hero. And that's been a real frustration. But I'm still here for these fandoms, even when they aren't necessarily here for us.
So one of the things I wanted to touch on before we get too far, I wanted to talk about the history of the depictions of your respective communities. Because I'm sure it will not come as a shock to anybody that America has had a history of having difficulty in kind of projecting in a positive light racial others, and really kind of universally, hasn't mattered what particular category. And it's not recent. I recently just read Bruce Lee's, there was an autobiography on Bruce Lee called His Life that just came out. It was a fantastic book, but it really goes into the backdrop of, Kung Fu, which had David Carradine in it, was something that he had written and worked on and had conceptualized for a long time. He came to the United States as a really established actor, had been a child actor. His father had been an actor. So, in terms of, they were the Douglas family, multi-generational actors. Not to mention the fact that he was already an amazing martial artist. And yet he was not a benefit star. The only role they were willing to give him was the role of Kato as the sidekick. And so, thematically, that seems to be something that's consistent across communities in terms of no matter how overly qualified someone is, the opportunity is given. So I guess from that backdrop, I just wanted to kind of ask you if you could, your views and ideas on the depiction of Asian Americans in pop culture.
Definitely a complicated one. I think just historically, if we look back to when the first Chinese immigrants came to America, a lot of Chinese men were excluded from certain types of jobs and forced to be only in certain types of fields like laundromat or etc. Just to kind of feminize them and make sure that they wouldn't feedback and sort of take away their masculinity. So we have that sort of political setting, and then just portrayals kind of just throughout media of just Asian men as weak. There's the stereotype about their manhood or what have you. So we're up against all of these things, but and also we rarely see an Asian man as the romantic lead. I think like just try and think about just any TV show or movie where you've seen like an Asian man kiss anybody. Probably like Walking Dead. Yeah, okay. So there's starting to be a few, but it's it shouldn't be that hard to just come up with 2 examples, right? But it's good to see kind of some changes. I mean, Crazy Rich Asians for one, but yeah. And then I guess if we look at the depiction of Asian women, they're often fetishized in the media and also in my real life as I'm swiping through Tinder and getting a bunch of weird messages sometimes from people. But yeah, so it would I just feel like it would be so awesome and badass to see like an Asian man or woman have a solo superhero movie. And we're starting to see more Asian superheroes in the comics. We've got the War of the Realms Age of Atlas coming out with a lot of superheroes, but just put us in a movie so I can see someone who looks like me like kicking ass. Yeah, I think that would be.
I mean, no, Timmy, to your point, I mean, in prepping for today's show, one of the things that was starting for me that the University of Southern California's Edinburgh School for Communications and Journalism showed Asian Americans represent only 1% of all leading roles in Hollywood, which you kind of have to think in an age of like streaming where you can't keep up with the amount of content that's being generated, for that there's been little to no shift, where it's still like fresh off the boat, this Crazy Rich Asians are like the only 2 prominent new projects that I can think of where. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, Netflix is doing some stuff which is cool. I don't know if you guys have heard of Kim's Convenience. That's a great one, and To All the Boys that I've loved before. So, which is so cool to see. But yeah, I mean, there's like the Ghost in Shell disaster that probably everyone remembers, where studios and executives make this excuse like, well, with these big blockbuster movies, like we can't just take a chance. There's no Asian A-list actors right now. And it's just like. I feel like you could just make one by casting them in the movie.
I mean, as a follow-up, I also want to ask about to the degree in which American pop culture tries to present Asian Americans as a homogeneous group. Because at least in my exposure to culture, I feel like there's very little effort that's made to depict distinctive cultures. It's kind of just like there's Japanese and Chinese, and everyone basically slotted into one of those 2 boxes. And occasionally you'll get a moment like in Black Panther where it's like, oh, we're in Korea. And we don't discuss it again, but we're in Korea.
Right. Yeah, no, I think that's why it's good to have these very, specific stories written by, Asians of the Rhizosphere. That's why I like Kim's Convenience. They're Korean and they're also Christian, which some people are surprised that we even have, Christian Asians. But, I mean, every minority can kind of experience this. We're not a monolith. There's all sorts of different countries and religions and backgrounds. So yeah.
Thank you. Rosa, I mean, I guess, to avoid sounding like a broken, I mean, my fundamental question is the same, because it's, again, being a consumer of American pop culture, the stereotypes when I think of Latinos, I mean, it's the women are always this, the spicy Latina, the super fiery, rarely do I ever see cast as scientists or doctors, and very rarely are they ever in leading roles. I mean, only in recent years have I seen pop culture where a woman of Latinx descent is the prominent character. So I mean, can you kind of touch upon that in terms of how your community was represented and how it affected you and how you consume pop culture?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's either highly sexualized, spicy Latina. We are super sassy. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sassy, but not just because I'm Latina. But there's always pregnancy involved. There's always, if it's involved in, with the men, there's a drug culture and there's violence, and there's, just these stereotypes that people are bringing to demonize. Or if we're a good character, we are the maid, and especially for someone who, I think Rosa is a common name that is used for Latina characters, and so you've got, Rosalita from the Goonies. I love the Goonies, but Rosalita was, this comic relief to laugh at this person who, didn't speak any English, and then there's, also often, Rosita the maid, and, Rosita the nanny, and my eyes are Mary, when there was a Rosa who was a cop, who she didn't speak with an accent, She had a Latina identity, but it wasn't part of her job. It wasn't part of affecting her relationships with other people. She was able to talk in a way that she knew what she was doing. She was full of agency, and she also could pronounce words in Spanish with a Spanish accent, and nobody made fun of her because of it. And that's also a huge thing where you have to think about the ways that people, because a big part of Latino culture is the language, and you can pronounce. You have to think about how you code switch when you're talking with people who are okay with you pronouncing things okay regularly, and people who are going to make fun of you or tease you because you said tortilla right or you said taco right, and they're like, excuse me, it's taco. Taco, yeah, guacamole. I don't know. There's a huge piece of code switching that goes on when you are, just saying your own name. Sometimes that is a struggle. So the characters that are on the rise, like having Rosa in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, is pretty amazing. I think America Ferrera's character in Superstore is also a really wonderful representation. There's an episode where she actually, people start to ask something about Latinos, and she looks at them, she's like, I'm not here to answer all your questions, I'm not here to represent my entire culture to you guys. But she's also made a point to talk about how she's Honduran. And that also speaks to the point that, Latinx culture is not just one homogenous culture. Like, she's Honduran. In Scrubs, when Carla talked about stuff, she's like, I'm Dominican, I'm not Mexican, I'm not, Cuban, I am Dominican. So there's a lot of pieces there as well that it seems to help impact culture every once in a while, but this is also not a homogenous culture.
As a follow-up question, I have heard people in response to the efforts to bring diversity in pop culture complain, the Latinos always have Telemundo. They don't have as if the two things can't coexist, right? God forbid. How do you respond to that to people who are like, there is no need for greater Latinx representation in pop culture because they can always just turn the station to one of their stations if they want to?
And I think that that's something, again, does not recognize that this is something that's not fitting everybody's needs. Like, I don't watch Telemundo. I actually don't speak Spanish. So, I think the idea of telenovelas are fun. Like, people enjoy them. My grandma watched Telemundo. But it's not ever something that I would watch because I don't identify with the programming that's on there. And I don't understand most of what's going on. And I think it's this bizarre disservice that you're saying, you can't be part of our culture because you have this thing for yourself, and we don't want your money on buying our products and buying all of our things because you've got this other thing and you're gonna only buy fabuloso, cleaning liquid and yeah.
If I can add on to that as well, I think fundamentally we're all talking about American culture here, and to not have access to that mainstream American culture, we told, go to this one channel that you've been siloed into. I mean, history has shown that never works. Separating this all out never works, and it's just, it doesn't feel to me like too big of a thing to ask to just say, I don't want to be pushed into a particular narrow category. I want to experience the full American cultural experience, just like all my peers do.
I mean, isn't part of the argument the fact that all these communities are part of the American experience to begin with? Because you can't tell the American story really at any time period and not involve all of these communities because everyone was here, relatively early on. But to the point you raised, I know we talked in the hallway before coming in regards to the depiction of people of Middle Eastern descent. And I feel like the popular theory is that, we were doing fine until 9/11, and ever since then, we've kind of fallen into this rut of we only portray people from that community one way. As we were talking, I was commenting about the original Latin. I want to share with all of you the original song lyrics from one of the songs from the 1992 film Aladdin. In the first minute, there was a theme song that said, Aladdin hailed from a faraway place where the caravan camels roam, where they cut off your ear if they don't like your face. It's barbaric, but hey, it's home. For the record, that would be available in the version that's available on Disney Plus later on this year. They actually edited for the home release. But that was 92. So there really has never been a time when this country has portrayed anyone from that community well. So in terms of historically, and I guess more recently, can you share your thoughts in regards to the depiction of people?
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. I think things certainly changed for the worse after 2001, but I feel like Middle Eastern cultures in general are later immigrants to America, so there hasn't been as much time for nuanced depictions to emerge. But even back to the 80s and 90s when I first started, I was a kid, but when I first started noticing these things, it was never a fully developed role. And this is what I'm looking for when I say Middle Eastern representation or inclusion. I would love to see characters where they're just going about their daily lives. I think Kim's Convenience is a great example of just they're living their lives and it's not strictly about like educating other people about the culture. You learn things, incidentally because you're watching the show, but it's not the goal. And I particularly would love to see, Middle Eastern lives that don't revolve 100% exclusively around religion, for example. Because as Cynthia mentioned, it's not a monolithic culture. There are many countries with many different, cultures and religions and all of that. So that's something I'm always looking out for, is just how much is it inclusion to make a point about a particular cultural element like religion. And I think Rosa touched on this as well, like that you especially after 2001, there are no rules for Middle Eastern actors that are not terrorists. If it's a woman actor, they're probably going to have to dress in hijab. Sometimes you don't see a Middle Eastern woman on screen at all unless she's completely covered. And there's never any depiction that, it's a choice. And some people are more covered and some people are less covered. And it gets presented as this sort of universal thing where everyone in one place is going to look exactly the same. And their whole lives, their daily lives revolve around practicing religion or just, in the case of women, if you do see them, they're often just mothers. So I got away from myself a little bit there, but yes, that's kind of what I'm.
No, that was fantastic because you literally covered every follow-up question I was going to ask you. So what happens when there are people who are smarter than you on the panel, you just sit back and just want to. Pete, go ahead.
I was thinking about what Rosa said. Well, what everyone said. The ordinary lives aspect of it, because it's like Telemundo didn't do anything for me. I was adopted. So I've been learning about my culture ever since I got married, or maybe a little bit before. But America, I was a military bro, and I grew up in schools with very a diverse group of friends. And to me, the American experience is my experience. And to tell me I need to go over here if I want to find something that represents me is silly. And I find it in like the weirdest places. One of my favorite shows for the longest time was Psych. I love Sean Spencer. Like, I was that ne'er-do-well, like, knucklehead, like, trying to talk myself out of the situation. Like, the theme song is currently playing in my head. And there was never a point, and there should have been, never a point when I was like, why couldn't he just been a Mexican? Because James Rodriguez, is Latino. And, like, I acted like him. I talked like him. There was no difference, really, except for, the really good memory thing, between, like, me and him. But I feel like if someone had thought, oh, well, let's make him Hispanic, then obviously they wouldn't have let Gus be black. Because that would have been too much, And if they had, they would have had to, like, force in some sort of, like, accent or some sort of, like, just make it that cartoonish, stereotypical representation. Like, all you would have to do is change his name from Sean to, like, Carlos or, Pedro. And change literally nothing else except not Corbin Burnson as his dad. But literally change nothing else and have the exact same show. But it doesn't, and that, I think, is the thing that we still, to this day, we still think of these folks, even when we think in terms of representation, as monolithic characters and not as, like, fully integrated, assimilated, not as like, full-fledged members of society. I don't speak Spanish either, but I'm still proud of my culture. I'm still proud of my heritage. I'm still learning and wanting to be connected to that, to my ethnicity and my culture and the areas where I grew up in. But that doesn't mean that I'm still not able to identify with these characters and to just made the guy represent his own ethnicity on a TV show and still play the exact same character. The fact that seems like an odd choice to make is where I'm still frustrated that we haven't come as far as I'm.
So I want to move on to talk about allies. And the reason why is because, of course, you want sympathy, then you want empathy. Empathy requires action, requires fixing things. And so I think, at least I can say for the African American community, it's like, yes, we're really glad that you feel really badly about stuff, but let's move things forward and start fixing things. It's great that you feel bad that we got rich back in the day, but there's been something's happening now. What do you guys? I'll let each of you answer individually. Peter, I'm also start with you since we started at the top and we'll work our way back up. What do you think allies need to do in regards to making sure that people from other communities are depicted? At best accurate, but at least represented in a respectful way in pop culture.
Just think about we are so similar, and people say that a lot in sort of a placating term, but to me it's true. Like nobody in this room, I think, grew up without meeting people from other races, other cultures, other ethnicities. And think about the people you know, and are they being represented? And where you see a depiction of somebody who is different from yourself, like gravitate to that. I think I just said it earlier, maybe at the very beginning. We're already fans of so many characters who don't represent us, and I think from allies, all we're asking is, hey, be fans of the things that do represent us, and help us support those things and get them off the ground. And turn on a TV show where literally no one on TV looks like you, because it's been a learning experience for me also. So I know it's probably true for a lot of other people. Like just to get that exposure to something that feels very strange and unfamiliar, I think is the first step to really starting to enjoy and understand other people's cultures and what they bring to the table and speak.
Yes, I agree. I don't want to retread that, but maybe just to continue in the same vein. I think it's kind of the accepted notion that the burden goes in one direction. We have to find space and be able to identify with people of many different cultures and appearances and everything. And we use our imagination because we're fans of, speculative and imaginative media and fiction, and so it's fine. But I just want to see a push for, more people using their imagination to find connection in the other direction. And to not look at a piece of media and say, there is nothing there for me because they don't look like me or their culture is not like me, but to say, there must be something there, because after all, we are all humans, and if we can, sensitively portray alien cultures with nuance and depth, and find points of connection there with non-humans, surely we can do it with other humans.
And to the point of support, I think just really looking at where these depictions are coming from as well. Like really look into who's in writers' rooms, who's authoring these comic books, who's authoring these TV shows and these movies, because there are authors out there who are writing things, and then I think, you work in the publishing industry where they're saying it's not authentic enough for the authentic people, it's not white enough for the white people, so we're not going to publish your work.
Sorry to interrupt. This is a really important point, because the number one rebuttal that I hear about making more diverse media of any form is, well, it's not marketable, and if the market has decided if somebody wanted that, it would exist and people would buy it, but when it gets made, nobody buys it. Nobody buys it because if it's not done in a way that doesn't come across as tokenism, we don't want it. We're not gonna have to spend our money on that. So it's a sort of a self-defeating cycle where you can never defeat the argument that people won't buy it. That's why we aren't making it. So that's really the burden, is to say, I'm going to buy. My money is going to vote for things that are considered not marketable. Because the way you get better representation in the writer's room, and even behind the scenes, behind the camera, behind publication, whatever, is to have that dynamic be there. Because I personally think that until you show that you want books or shows or whatever with these characters, you're not going to have editors hired who understand those audiences. You're not going to have writers hired who understand those audiences. So it's a sort of self-reinforcing problem, and making a dent in it is hard, but that's what we're working on.
And I know there's emerging, and this is a really great place to see this. Going out on that floor and finding the authors that are out there and finding the artists that are out there that are producing their own work and supporting them. I've seen a number of little blips on Facebook of little videos of people who are putting comics together that represent them, and I'm mad because I can't remember this individual and what her name was, but I remember seeing a short video about a woman who was creating a Middle Eastern female superhero. And she said that this is the first person, this character that she put together, she saw a need for it because every other depiction of a Middle Eastern character in a comic book or superhero realm, their magic power was turned into sand. And there was very few representations where it didn't involve sand or the desert or, So her character that she put together had so many more elements, did not involve sand. I believe she wore a hijab, and it was this really beautiful character. So I apologize because I don't remember who this author was, but seek out things like that. Seek out things that are written specifically by these people, and they're not by us for us. They're by us for everyone who loves superheroes, who loves comic books, who loves a human story that allows you to take a lot of different paths. And I think that's that's part of it. I think there's another piece as well that choose how you interact with other people and choose how you can help represent underrepresented communities. So one example I have that is, the place where I work is an organization that works with children, and I had a colleague recently who was doing some examples that she was going to take photos and share with our summer staff about how to make decorations for kids on their doors at camp. And she had taken all this time to write names that were very standard sounding, John and Mary, and we have a lot of Asian students in our program, so she had she had a lot of names of Asian origin. And I took one look at it and I said, "You don't have any Latino names in here. There's none in here." And she's like, oh, you're right, okay. And she just went back to the drawing board and she added those in. And it's a very simple, small thing, but now when she puts those together, it's, the idea is there that, you are going to be interacting with all of these different students. These individuals who are looking at these things are going to feel represented. And it's a small thing, and it's okay to say, "I don't see this here, and I'd like to see this here." And that a little bit goes a long way.
Kind of just adding on more detail to what you're saying, I think it's just really important for anyone who's trying to, put together a story, like let's say about Asians, is to, really get it from the source, because I think authenticity is really what is going to bring this story to life. I've seen so many sort of like side Asian characters where you can tell it was definitely written by a white person, where it's like, oh, this is, Sarah, and she's got really strict parents that have like high expectations for her, and it's like, well, yeah, that's part of the story, but there's more there. There's more, nuance. Like your parents have personalities and their own issues. They're not just like, someone stamping an F on your A- test or what have you. So it's just, but so I think just, and the authentic stories have been what's doing well. Like you see Fresh Off the Boat, that was based off of biography, right? And so yeah, just because there's a lot more nuance. Just like there's nuance, in your own families and your own stories. And then I guess like, since we're talking about allyship, I just want to say a quick thing about, I think it's important for all these communities of color to support each other and for us to be allies with each other. I see a lot of entities like Fox News trying to sort of perpetuate maybe like, Asians are okay, but like that's secretly our anti-black, agenda of like, where there's like, oh, how come the, black community can't succeed if the Asians can, when it's really two completely different scenarios, and so it's totally different not to fall into traps, if you will, like maybe some like older Asian immigrants, for example, they might not know that much about certain minority communities in America, and then all they see are the just very flawed depictions like coming out of Hollywood and might not have many experiences with it. So I think, especially for us younger people, it's important to try and educate our own communities and clean up our own house, if you will.
There's a push, obviously, for any communities of color to be accepted, to want to be accepted, and for a lot of people that want to be accepted means wanting to appeal to white voices, to white eyes, to white, and to do that in a way that is that separates us from each other, because okay, well, we want to be seen as the good ones, and it's so ugly and so messy.
Yeah, and only one minority group can be the good ones.
Right.
So we better be us. Like.
And that's why I love that speech in Savannah. For any of you who've seen the movie, like when Edward James Olmos is talking about like being a Mexican American, it's like we have to be more American than the Americans and more Mexican than the Mexicans, that we lose every time. It is a losing game to do that, to try to appeal to eyes that aren't going to see you as equals anyway, and to do that on the backs of other communities. It's just, it's ugly.
Well, on that incredibly hopeful note.
Great hope.
Yes, thank you. Yes, you did. Great hope. As you can tell, there's a long running history between me. But we're about to run out of time, and we do want to open the floor to any questions. If anybody has any questions.
So, I love everything you guys have said about seeking other points of view that are coming from the communities and cultures. Looking in, like, I had thought about looking to see who's writing TV shows and things like that. Coupled with that is we are shown the things that these marketeers imagine will sell or whatever. So, how would we find smaller publishing houses or independent films, or like what are the resources we could use maybe on social media to help find these things that reflect, they're like curated by people that would be able to say this is an excellent show to watch. Like I've been taking notes on some of the titles you guys have shared, but where can I find more?
So that's such a great question. And I cannot believe the medium that I'm about to recommend to you, but Twitter has great little communities where you can find, like, you kind of can put them in, they call themselves by groups, so it's like romance Twitter, YA Twitter, I can't think of any more examples off the top of my head right now, but there are people there in that medium that are curating things like that, where they can kind of let you know, like, okay, this was great, there were a few issues, but overall, check it out, or, this shaky, maybe give it a miss. So I turn there all the time just to kind of see what the buzz is about and what people are liking and not liking. It's harder if you just are kind of going to look for